Hey folks, welcome back to Marvelous Videos, where today we are going to explore the first issue of Deadpool and Batman, which, as you might have guessed from the title, explores a crossover of Marvel and DC universes. While the main dish is the Deadpool and Batman story, there are many other character team-ups and fights that make this issue a must-read. So quickly subscribe to the channel as we are ready to dive in. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. Careful before you hire a hitman. Bruce Wayne was having a typical Gotham night in Wayne Manor as he looked through his data to see that the Joker was definitely brewing something. Things had been super fishy. A shipment of neostigmine had arrived at Gotham University, a pallet of Atropa belladonna had gone missing from Robinson Botanical Gardens, and 500 gallons of dimethylhydrazine had disappeared from GothCorp Pharmaceuticals. All the ingredients to make Joker venom, a fatal drug that made you smile and laugh uncontrollably till your heart or brain or both gave in. Batman was understandably not thrilled about the news, and the lack of clues had him worried. His train of thought was wildly interrupted by Deadpool, who crashed into his room through a window. Deadpool introduced himself as only Deadpool can, interjecting again and again that there was no reason for Bruce to be embarrassed or scared, despite Bruce repeatedly telling him that he was neither. Deadpool had arrived in town for a mission and was hoping to make more money by offering his services to Bruce. Bruce thanked him for the offer and told him he was not that kind of a billionaire. Deadpool, however, took one look at Alfred, his butler, and told him that there was no way he was not hiding something nefarious. But Bruce did not break, and Deadpool decided to leave. Just as he jumped out of the window he came through, he mentioned that he was hired to kill Batman. At the same time, on the roof of the Gotham City Police headquarters, James Gordon had sent out the bat signal. Deadpool followed the signal and reached the headquarters. When Gordon introduced himself, Deadpool snarkily replied that Gordon did not need an introduction, thanks to his characteristic stash and his habit of puffing a smoke between panels. I love this gag though, as Deadpool has smoke coming out of his mask for a couple of panels too. But before Deadpool can build a rapport with Gordon, the caped crusader jumped in and welcomed Deadpool with his fists. The fight ended before it began, as Batman knows karate better than Deadpool, and Deadpool could not defeat him even with guns. Batman trapped Deadpool in wires and got back to discussing the Joker issue with Gordon. Gordon had received a message from Joker that if he was not found in 6 hours, he would unleash 30 tons of Joker venom. Gordon suspected it to be a bluff, but Batman broke the news about all the stuff that was stolen on August 8th. Deadpool, who of course has never shut up in his life, piped up, helpfully reminding them that August 8th was a full moon, which meant that the tides would get lower and open up some coastal caves. As Gordon and Batman peered over the map, Deadpool once again pointed out a cave that he believed to be perfect for a crime and suggested a truce, as it would require a madman to nab another madman. Betrayal or? Gordon was not sure about trusting what he believed to be a traveling lunatic, but Batman had taken account of the time and decided the best course of action would be teaming up. Scrunched together in the Batmobile, Deadpool whined about the lack of space while also commenting about Boy Wonder. He then revealed a smoke bomb, telling Batman that he did not need to beat him, as Deadpool had a healing factor and all it would take for him to defeat Batman is get him in an enclosed space. Deadpool pulled the trigger and Batman passed out. When he woke up, he was tied up in what looked like an abandoned funhouse. Joker welcomed him, diverting his attention just a little bit to Deadpool to tell him not to interrupt him. Rather than Batman and Deadpool, an interesting mashup would be Joker and Deadpool to see who would win in a quip war. Back to the comic, Batman noted that Joker handing out his vendetta to a contractor was not like him. Joker had gone through some self-reflection though and had realized he was self-sabotaging, so what was the cure? An accountability buddy, of course. A pal to keep him accountable. Joker needed his buddy to be perfect though, so he enlisted the help of Clarion the Witch Boy, who came up with a spell that searched the entirety of existence for someone as mad as Joker. That special someone was Deadpool, and though he was out of Joker's universe, a little help from the cosmic treadmill got him to Deadpool. Batman knew that Joker needed some kind of approval from Batman. Hell, that was the subplot of the Lego Batman movie. Using that, Batman began to praise Deadpool and called him more unhinged and crazier, a perfect villain. This infuriated Joker to pull Deadpool aside. He asked Deadpool to give them some privacy, as this could be the last time the two nemeses met. Deadpool asked him if he was sure of it, as Batman seemed so special that he wanted to play an extended game of cat and mouse that went on for so long that the two would develop a relationship stronger than any other. But he also offered to be a co-nemesis with Joker, as Deadpool could be the younger, funnier, and sexier one. Joker thought that it was a fantastic plan, which should have been a red flag honestly, and asked to shake on it. As soon as Wade extended his hand, Joker drove a pin laced with Joker Venom. The Venom did not have the deadly effect it had on others thanks to Wade's healing factor, but it did give him a nasty smile. Batman snapped out of his bonds and pursued Joker, who went on an antagonist monologue, revealing every bit of his plan. The Venom was hidden in the carousel and it would be pimped into every utility pipe in the city, unless a switch was triggered that would blow up anyone who touched it. Joker asked Batman whether he would die in the fire of heroism or the shame of cowardice, but the two had probably forgotten that an unhinged, unkillable merc was nearby. Deadpool, with the nasty smile, tapped the switch and blew up the carousel, thereby giving time for Batman to stuff Joker in his trunk. Deadpool tried to get in the Batmobile again, but Batman made sure to show he was not invited. He asked Batman whether he was really obsessed with him, and as you might have guessed already, Batman was not. He just said what needed to be said to turn the two crazy men against each other, and he had been successful. As Batman rode off into the night, Deadpool decided to take a peek around the city. Now what this might bring is yet to be seen. An iconic meet. Now that the main course is well explored, let's take a look-see at the other stories. The first one, The Gun and the Sword, follows the relationship of Wonder Woman and Captain America. Not gonna lie, it has some pretty romantic undertones. Steve had been sure he was on the right side of war as a god had arrived to fight on their side. They met on the battlefield as Steve held Hitler at gunpoint. Though Hitler professed words of surrender, Steve had the gun pointed at his head, his finger ready to press the trigger. Diana had talked him out of it, telling him that the world needs a chance at dealing with Hitler and had knocked the gun out of Steve's hand with her whip. Steve had also prevented Diana from killing Maxwell Lord. That was the role both of them had played as symbols of justice. They were each other's constants and had fought one fight, the fight for what's right. The present moment, though, was their separation. A powerful villain had hit Steve Rogers with a powerful blast from his eyes, and Steve was taking his last breath. He told Wonder Woman that she needed to bring the monster to justice to save the Infiniverse through his last words. Diana then charges at the villain with Steve's shield, and behind her, a horde of superheroes follow. A brief interlude. The Gun and the Sword was a very heavy story that seemed to deal with a truly powerful villain. The comic that stole my heart, though, is a small adventure of Krypto, the Superdog, and Jeff, the Landshark. The two play with a red and blue volleyball till their pet parents, Kate Bishop and Supergirl, call them home, and it is the cutest thing I have seen all day. Vote Jeff and Krypto for president for all I care. There's a lot of green. A bunch of ninjas are terrorizing Hell's Kitchen, and they are not some common hitmen. They are elite warriors from the League of Assassins and the Devil of Hell's Kitchen. Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil, attacks them. He is not alone, though, as he has the help of Green Arrow. Together, they take down the ninjas until their leader, Count Vertigo, reveals himself. He does not last long, though, as Green Arrow stuffs his arrow into a punching glove and breaks his inner ear tech. They both decide to go get a drink and swap stories as the cops apprehend the villains. Oh, to be a fly on that wall. The next story is about a cultural exchange program between the Guardians of the Universe and the Guardians of the Galaxy. As part of the program, Rocket Raccoon becomes Green Lantern for a few days, while Hal Jordan joins the Guardians of the Galaxy. The program soon comes to an end as Rocket shoots Sinestro in the face, bets his ring in the casino, and robs it in a span of 2 days. Meanwhile, the Guardians are not faring any better as Jordan had defeated Thanos for the Infinity Gauntlet and was flaunting his power. A great warning against mixing universes for sure. Surly fights and a bit of amalgam. If you had ever wondered how a fight between Wolverine and Batman would go, wonder no longer, as this is answered in Showdown. The two talk a big talk and have a deadly fight, but in the end, Batman wins as he strapped guns to Wolverine's waist. The final story teases the Amalgam universe, which fans have been yearning to see more of for a while. If you have not had the pleasure, the Amalgam universe is a universe where characters of DC and Marvel are merged to become one. Set in a different planet, it shows Coltron, the combination of Ultron and Cobra being killed by a brand new character called Logo, the amalgam of Logan aka Wolverine and Lobo. A barkeep tells Logo that Coltron will rebuild himself, and Logo chuckles, as he is counting on it. Logo was earning a bounty every single time he killed the robot. In the bar, Thanoside is also seen drinking. Logo drives away on his intergalactic motorbike, telling them to warn Super Soldier, the combination of Steve Rogers and Clark Kent, that he was coming to get him. Marvelous verdict. Delightful mashups, interesting crossovers, and teasers of the Amalgam universe. This comic has definitely gained my approval. What did you think of this Deadpool and Batman issue? The highlight for me was, of course, the Amalgam universe, but I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked the video, let us know by tapping that thumbs up. We will soon be back with more stuff, but until then, goodbye!